Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's having a good morning. Go back through my chat here, see who's in here. 411 now. Jean, TC, Debbie, Beach Bum, Never Lose Hope, Haley, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Vicky Carpenter, good morning. Mandy Hall, Cement Shoes, Mark Denning, good morning. Tremaine, Lisa, I missed anyone? Kat McGlynn, Cheryl Lynn, Faithful One, Southern Mom. Did I miss anyone? I don't think so. I think that's it. Alex B. I'm way behind in this chat. I think that's it. If I missed anyone, my apologies. Good morning, everyone. Oh, Candy. Didn't see Candy. Good morning. I've got my old phone. I charged it up, and I'm using it to look at the chat. My phone that I usually use, it will not. It takes forever to charge. It will charge, but it takes forever. So I've got it on charge this morning. Guys, I didn't really know what to talk about this morning, so I just found us a few things. I figured we would talk about the Florida fishing trip massacre. I know we listened to the press conference yesterday at the end of my live stream, but we really didn't get to chat about it. Hey, Jack's mom, how are you? Also, let's see, we're going to talk about 3 teen girls who have been charged with murder. I think they're only like 15. We're going to read about them. They beat another 17-year-old girl to death with a pole, and they also stabbed her. Also, there is a case out of Singapore that I wanted to tell you guys about. Never Lose Hope had sent me an article about it. This couple had locked their 5-year-old son in a dog cage and thrown boiling hot water on him. 75% of his little body was burned. Also, there's 2 kids that got locked in a hot car. One of them died, and the other is in critical condition. The news is sad this morning. It's always sad. But before we get started, let's talk about Lori Vallow a little bit. You know, the apocalypse didn't happen. Wonder what she's in jail thinking right now. I'd love to be inside of her brain just to know her thoughts. I'm wondering if she is still on this cult train, or if she's had time for her brain to get back to normal, if it ever was normal. I don't think it was ever normal. What's wrong with people? It's getting worse. It's getting a lot worse. Child abuse is on the rise. And if I don't forget, there's a case out of Florida we talked about once before. I wanted to give y'all an update on. It was the little baby that was found in the closet. I need to write some notes real quick, guys, so I don't forget anything. This baby was found in a closet, deceased. It had been took from the mother and then given back to her. So we're going to talk about that. Let me just make a note right here, or I'll forget it because I don't have it in my title. Okay. I bet she has a reason it didn't happen and a new date. Yeah, it is very sad, Mark. Um, Cheryl, she's probably so delusional that in her brain she's thinking that the apocalypse didn't happen because she was put in jail or something. She's probably got some kind of excuse. Of course. Bunch of freaking nuts. I hope they get the death penalty. First, let's start off by talking about this baby in that was locked in a cage that died. Let me see if I can screen share this. Now, their parents' names I cannot pronounce. I looked at it this morning. I didn't even look up how to pronounce their names because they don't even deserve their names pronounced right. But we need some child abuse laws in the United States like they have in Singapore. Because this father is going to be whipped with a damn cane, a cane pole, whatever you call it. Let's see if I can pronounce their name. Ridzuan Mega Abdul Rahman and his wife Aslan, cannot pronounce her name, from Singapore, were charged with the murder of their son. The couple will be facing 27 years in jail, and the father is sentenced with 24 strokes of the cane. Hell, he needs a lot more than that. Prosecutors ask for a maximum life imprisonment for the heartless couple. According to the police, the horrific abuse the child went through was not an isolated case. This is not the first time the couple has caused severe injuries to their 5-year-old son inside their one-bedroom apartment. Can y'all see their picture? Okay. His young siblings witnessed how the boy was humiliated and made to live in a dog cage by his parents. They also pinched his skin using pliers, hit him repeatedly with the broom, and burned his palms with a heated spoon. Hold on, guys. Let me go get my dog, let her in, and I'll finish this. My apologies. Mark's sick this morning, so he's in the bed. Okay. So they would pinch his skin using pliers, hit him repeatedly with the broom, burned his palms with a heated spoon. On the other hand, prosecutors described this incident as the worst case of child abuse they have handled throughout the years. The couple, who was initially charged with murder, was acquitted and was only convicted of causing grievance hurt by dangerous means. However, prosecutors have already appealed to reverse this. Now, the lady, the woman, she opted out of being hit with the cane in exchange for serving a year in prison. I think how many hits did it say? 25 hits with the cane he's going to get. Look there's the cage. There's the little cage that they kept him in. Look at that. It's got dog food inside of it. Sick individuals. Okay, it's okay. I must have missed a part right here. It says the victim's identity will not be revealed, but he died after being thrown with boiling water, scalding more than 75% of his little body. These people are sick. Said instead of taking him to the hospital, the parents continued to abuse the boy for 1 week straight. They only rushed him to the hospital 7 hours later, after he collapsed due to excruciating pain. A day later, he died in the hospital. Jesus Christ. They need to be whipped with the cane about 150 times, and they need the same punishment done to them as they done to this little 5-year-old boy. They need some boiling hot water thrown on them. And they don't need to be taken to the hospital. I hope karma gets them pieces of shit. Let me get out of this for a sec. Can you, hey, Alyssa, hey, exports, can you imagine having boiling hot water thrown on your body? Well, Mark actually got burnt a while back with one of those Vicks vapor things that puts that you put water in it and it heats up and you can put your face over it, produces steam. Well, he had it sitting on the nightstand, and it was back when we had the flu back in the winter, and he got up off the bed somehow. He was laying like with his feet up there where the nightstand was at. Got up and he knocked that thing over on his foot. And he was in excruciating agony. A lot of pain. Now all the dogs has came in here. Guys, come on now. Everything they did to this poor fella ought to be done to them 10 times over. Yes, exactly. Hey, Lisa, if you're still in here, can you resend me a copy of the crap, I can't even think. The guy's background from Florida that you sent yesterday to me. I could probably find it in Discord, but I'd have to go through a lot of stuff. Yeah, Candy, I agree. These people are monsters. Now, they had other kids, but they singled out this one little boy. Had him in a crate. Did y'all see that dog food bowl? Had dog food in it. I could see it. It had dog food in it. Sick, sick. Let me see something. We're going to talk about these losers from Florida that killed 3 innocent people, allegedly over a truck motor. Here next. I'm trying to find this guy's rap sheet. Lisa put it in Discord yesterday, but I didn't save it. Yeah, he was out of jail on bond, Booze Love. Okay. Thank you, Lisa. We're going to look at his rap sheet. I don't know if I can share it from Discord. I don't want to share private messages, but I'll figure out something. So the guy's name is what? Tony Tillman? Let me get this pulled up here. Had it pulled up and already lost it. I pronounced that girl's name wrong yesterday when I did my video and put their mugshot in it. It's not Whitmore. Her name is Mary Whitmore. The sheriff's office said that she wouldn't even, tell them how to pronounce her name right at first. They thought it was Whitmore because that's the way it's spelled. She looks about like a 12-year-old little girl. Let's pull their pictures up here. And this guy, he's been in trouble since he was like a young kid. I can't remember how many felonies they said he had, but it was a lot. He shouldn't have been out of jail. And I like Sheriff Grady Judd. He seems like a really good man. Let's see what their names are. Oh, his name is Tony Wiggins, 26 years old. Shot and killed 3 friends after he ran into one of them, Damian Tillman, in a Dollar General store. Mr. Wiggins then told his brother to drive him and his girlfriend to a dirt road near a lake when he heard that Mr. Tillman planned to meet a friend, Kevin Springfield, to fish, the sheriff said. There, Mr. Wiggins punched Mr. Springfield and accused him of selling the engine from his truck. Although Mr. Springfield said he didn't know what Mr. Wiggins was talking about, Mr. Wiggins shot and killed Mr. Springfield, age 30, and Brandon Rollins, 27. They were shot 9 to 10 times altogether, Sheriff Judd said. Mr. Wiggins then turned and fatally shot Mr. Tillman, 23, who had been screaming at Mr. Wiggins to put the gun down. The killings last Friday night shocked Frostproof, Florida, a city of 3,200 people about 70 miles south of Orlando. Sheriff Judd described the killings as a massacre and the crime scene. In a quiet area of lakes, cow pastures, and orange groves, was one of the worst he had encountered in nearly 50 years with the department. He said investigators had not yet determined whether they had actually been a truck deal gone bad between Mr. Wiggins and Mr. Springfield. It doesn't matter if there was a truck deal gone bad or not. These guys were brutally executed. They were executed. What was very surprising to me is the sheriff said that this Wiggins guy and his accomplices didn't have any drugs on them, nor did the victims. There was nothing in their vehicles to indicate that there was any kind of drug use going on. Hell, the victims didn't even have beer with them. Most people do take beer fishing with them. We're going to find this guy's rap sheet. Let's see if Lisa sent it to me. I'm sure she has. Okay. I don't know if it'll let me screen share this or not. We're going to try. Let me just download these and then I can pull them up real easy. That way I don't risk sharing any private messages, which we don't say nothing anyways, but you know. This StreamYards has been acting funny. It will not let me show any YouTube videos. When I go to screen share it, it takes the video out completely. Just disappears. It's the craziest thing ever. Okay. Okay, I got it. It's giving me some kind of notice here. It's probably in my files now. Let's go to the downloads. Okay. Now let's see if it'll screen share it. I don't know what's going on with this. It's like every time you go to hit screen share. Okay, I think I got it. Here we go. Now that's pretty small. I can't enlarge it, so I'm going to look at it on my phone. Instead, we're going to see what all he's in trouble for here. So I can kind of enlarge it. Damn, he got shit going all the way back to 2011. Okay, 2011, grand theft of a firearm. think this is burglary. It's like 3 charges of that. I think that's what that means. Criminal mischief, grand theft, over $5,000. Grand theft from $100 to $300. I don't know what the BRGUNOCCS means. I think it's a burglary charge. Okay, he's got, and then in 2014, he had another grand theft charge. Jesus. This is just the first page, too. Let me see. Let's go to the second page here and see what it says. Does anyone know what it says? Burgun, OCCSTRUC/CV or ATT. I don't know what that charge is. Burglary with a gun, I think. Maybe, I don't know. I think it's burglary, though. Let's see what else he's got. He's going to got another grand theft of a firearm, 2011. It says Highland. Is that Highland County? Let me get out of the Zoom here for a minute. He should have never been out. Look how they were living. They only had their own little colony back there in the woods off the grid. Yeah, they said that they had generators for their electricity, and they had like several campers, I guess, sitting around together like their own little compound. Well, did these people work? How did they get money to buy gas for the generator? How did they get money for food and things like that? They just go around stealing? What bondsman works with someone like that? 230 felonies. Wow, just wow. Sapphire, I agree. Some bondsmen won't work with people like that, but a lot of them will. It's business to them. Look at all the crazy people that Dog the Bounty Hunter bonds out of jail. I mean, they usually got a criminal history a mile long. Speaking of Dog, he was just in Virginia looking for someone. They had only been off the grid for 2 years after his mother's house was foreclosed on for non-payment. Well, the girl, Mary, she looks like that she's about a 12-year-old little girl to me in her mugshot. She just looks really, really young. Hey, Shug, we're just talking about the fishing trip massacre in Florida. I replied to your message, Shug, on Patreon. I don't know if you've seen it. I just saw it yesterday. 411 now. That has to create anger in you. No electricity, no running water. They didn't work. They were just straight up thugs. Yeah. How did they buy food and stuff? I bet you anything that little Mary probably got food stamps or something. Probably even an SSI check. Amazes me how many people get disability checks and you'll see them, there ain't a damn thing wrong with them. They lie to get it. Donna, I was getting ready to say that, Donna A. The sheriff said that Mary Whitmore was one mean woman. Now, looking at her picture, I mean, she looks just like a little child to me. He did say that. I love Sheriff Grady. To me, he seems like he's a really good person. He talks like a preacher to me. He wants them to get the death penalty. They deserve the death penalty. It don't matter if one of the victims had have stole his truck or camper. It don't matter. They didn't deserve to die. At least they ate well at McDonald's after murdering 3 people worked up an appetite. Yeah, Shonda Scherer's murderers did the same thing. Those teen girls, after they tortured her and beat her all that night and it set her on fire and her still alive. After all that, they go to, I believe it was McDonald's the next morning and order pancakes and sausage. It takes a real, I don't know the word for it, psychopath to do something like that. Yeah, he's a storyteller, Lucy loves. Sheriff Judd is. I really like him. He talks like someone from around my area. I mean, he don't sound country, his accent, just the way he speaks, his words. He's a good man. If I lived there, I'd vote for him. Psychopaths, yeah. Who could eat after brutally gunning someone down? Now, according to the sheriff, what's his name? Tony's brother didn't participate, him and Mary, in the murders. But you know what? They're just as guilty. They were there. They should have got out and tried to stop him. They should have never followed those guys up there to the lake. I was thinking yesterday, that one guy, when he went into the dollar store, he was in the wrong place at the wrong time because there was a psychopath in the dollar store at the same time, standing behind him in line. It's hard to get food stamps in Florida if you don't have kids. Commonwealth states gives food stamps to everyone, but Florida is one that won't. So he probably didn't get food stamps. She probably begged. Oh, really, Katie? See, I'm in a Commonwealth state. And people really abuse the welfare system. They'll go get food stamps and go sell them and trade them to people for drugs and money. It's a damn shame. All over a truck motor. Yeah, and I bet it comes out that this guy did not steal this guy's truck motor or sell it out from underneath him, however you want to say it. Like I said, it don't matter if he did. He didn't deserve to be gunned down, him and his friends. Like the sheriff said, what's more wholesome than 3 buddies meeting to go catfishing at night? There's nothing more wholesome. Yeah, I did too, Tremaine. Back, when my son was small and I was trying to work and I had a hard time, but I got mine through a work program from the social service office. You have to work to get that. I had a minimum wage job working at a pizza place. Yeah, I mean, they have good programs. They even gave me a voucher to go buy my work shoes and stuff. Yes, but people abuse the system. It's sad when people are really disabled, yes, and other people are not disabled and abusing the system. It would be sick if I witnessed a murder, let alone did it myself. I could never eat. I hate blood. It makes me sick. Yeah, blood makes me sick too. I witnessed a suicide in 2008 and it really messed with my head. I don't see how these people witnessed 3 men being murdered and then went to eat at McDonald's. They's eating off the cheap menu too, the dollar menu. How many cheeseburgers did they say they ordered? It was like the double cheeseburgers. They ordered quite a few of them. They're only $1 a piece in the chicken sandwiches. It's all right, Shug. I'll help you start your channel if you need help. It's no problem. Hey, Nary. Not seen you in a while. How's your mom? Hey, Sugar Plums. Here and listening while doing other things. Tell your mom Rosalie I said hi. I just love Nary's mom. She's got the same name as my mama, my dad's mom. I bet you they end up getting the death penalty. I mean, they could make a plea deal, but I doubt they'll give them a plea deal. They don't need Mary's really her testimony or her boyfriend's testimony. Not really. They got all the evidence they need. They matched the bullet casings up with one of the guns that this convicted felon had. These convicted felons, they get out and they buy guns illegally. They could outlaw guns right now in the United States. Nobody's supposed to have one. But if someone really wanted one, they'd find a way to get one. Just like these convicted felons do. Unreal. 10 burgers. Like, who the hell can eat 10 burgers? Hell, they went with 3 of them. And how could they eat after a murder? Hey, Verbal. Their parents are teaching them to do this. Gosh, speaking of parents, I just saw a story the other day where this little, I think he's either 10 or 13, somewhere between there. He got out a gun from his parents' bedroom, was playing cops and robbers, shot his brother dead. Well, the kid was arrested, and now the parents are charged. So sad. I'd like to learn more about little Miss Mary Whitmore. Let's see if I can find anything else about her. Okay. Here's something. A surveillance video shows suspects follow victim into store before Florida massacre. I'm going to have to pull this up on my phone. We're going to watch that surveillance video. It looks like it has a clip of it. I saw a picture of him standing behind that one guy in the store. Oh, Mary Whitmore looks like she stinks. What is this? New York Post. Tony Wiggins. You know what? I've always just had bad experiences with people named Tony. Like my ex, I dated forever. He was a bad person. That's what his name is, Tony. His ass is in prison. He's been in prison for about 8 years. He was one of those that's been in trouble all of his life. Okay, we want to see the surveillance video. It's so weird. On my phone, it shows the surveillance video. But when I pull it up on my Chromebook, it's not. Let me see if I can click this. Okay, there it is. It hadn't loaded yet. Let me screen share. Okay, Will, I saw your comment. Be right back. I got to get some coffee, too. I'm low. Let's let this video load up a sec. New surveillance video from a Florida convenience store shows the suspect in the massacre of 3 buddies on a fishing trip as they follow one of their victims just 10 minutes before the brutal slaying. Let me stop screen share and let this load up. I forget. You got to let stuff load before you screen share. It's taking forever. My Wi-Fi has been acting really weird lately. Okay, here we go. Now let me screen share. says, I don't want to take a damn survey. God. It's not wanting to play. Let's start it over. Is that the victim coming in? Okay, so there's the victim in front checking out, and the killer was behind him. He goes out after him. I'm just wondering if they robbed these guys. I mean, they after the murders they did go eat at McDonald's. I'm wondering if they took any money from them. At least I know a girl last name Wiggins. Her brother's Tony, but he lived in Pennsylvania though. Their mom's house did burn down. I don't think it's the same guy. Are you sure, Candy? Sounds like him. I mean, you just don't never know what's going to happen. Just like these guys. They planned on going and doing some nighttime catfishing, sitting around bull crapping with each other, having a good time, and going home the next morning, probably having a fish fry the next day with what they caught. They had no idea when they pulled into that place they were getting ready to die. Sad. You just don't know what's going to happen. Well, all we can do now is just wait for more facts of the case to come out. When it does, we'll talk about it again. Hopefully these people don't take any kind of, they don't get any kind of plea deals and they got to go to trial. I hope they get the death sentence. Every one of them. Even the brother and his little ugly girlfriend, Mary. They deserve death too. Here is this hot car death we're going to talk about. Let me get it pulled up. I'm going to go grab some coffee in a second. Look at that beautiful little girl smelling a rose. She sadly passed away now. I'll be right back, guys. Excuse me, lady. Excuse me, baby. Give me by. Okay. Her picture moved on us. So this toddler dies and the baby sister is gravely injured after getting trapped in a hot car while the mother slept. Why do these parents not lock their damn cars when they got little toddlers? You can't be napping and being lazy when you got little children. When my son was little, I always laid down and took a nap with him. You don't go nap and leave your kids up roaming around. So she's 3 years old. She's dead, and her younger sister gravely injured after somehow getting locked inside their mother's car. Kaylee Petchenick, the mother of the 2 children, contacted police after she woke up from a nap, noticed the girls missing, according to the Boonville Police Department. Officers arrived at the residence off of West 5th Street in Boonville and found the girls unconscious on the floorboard of their mother's locked car. Both Lakin and her 15-month-old sister, Olivia, were rushed to the hospital. Lakin was pronounced dead. Olivia is in stable but critical condition. A neighbor told CBS 5 that he was with one of the responding officers and helped look for the children. I was sitting on my porch around 11 o'clock, and my neighbor, Kaylee, the mom, came outside and looked concerned and worried. And she came up to me and asked if I'd seen her kids, neighbor Matthew Wood said. I was standing next to him when he looked down and saw them in the car, but I kind of froze up at the sight. I'm not going to lie. He opened the door, screams for EMS, grabbed both of them, and rushed them to the hospital. I guess the neighbor's talking about the cop. Let's see if this video will play. If this video...
Children's Advocacy Centers of Arkansas.
Let's mute it till the ad gets over with. Sometimes these ads are so annoying, especially on Crime Online. They got like 100 freaking ads on everything.
Also investigating the death of a 3-year-old girl after she and her 15-month-old sister were found in their mother's hot car. Tonight, we're hearing from the man who helped search for the 2 girls and ended up finding the sisters. 5 News reporter Allie Lynch has that story.
The little girl who had passed Lakin, she just was limp when he picked her up and just lifeless. And I got sick and my heart just stopped. I had to sit down.
On Monday, Kaylee Petchenick, the mother of Lakin and Olivia, ran outside looking for her 2 children. That's when next-door neighbor Matthew Wood helped aid in the search.
And she came up to me, I asked what was wrong, and she asked if I'd seen her kids. And of course I didn't.
Soon after, Boonville police arrived to help look for the sisters. The mother telling police she woke up from a nap and her daughters were nowhere to be found.
The mother works night shift, and she was asleep. She had laid down for a nap. She said that she had locked her doors, and when she woke up, the door was open and the kids were gone.
After about an hour, Wood says he and the officer found both girls unconscious, lying in the back of their mother's car on the floorboard, parked in the driveway.
I was standing next to him when we had looked down and saw them in the car, but I kind of froze up at the sight. Not gonna lie. And he opened the door, screamed for EMS, grabbed both of them, and he got in the cop car and rushed them to the hospital.
3-year-old Lakin was pronounced dead at the hospital, and her 15-month-old sister is fighting for her life at Children's in stable condition.
Knowing that little girl only got 3 years worth of life, and the only thing I can do now is pray that the youngest one makes it out alive.
In Boonville, covering news where you live, Allie Lynch, 5 News.
Okay. That is so sad. I mean, I'm just wondering if CPS had ever been to this house. I'm wondering if this was a good mom, if this was a tragic accident. Maybe she did go take a nap with her kids and they got up and wandered off. But gosh, you're supposed to have locks on your door up high so kids can't unlatch the locks. You've got to be so careful when you got little kids. You can turn your back and they can get away from you. When are they going to make these cases felonies to make examples out of these people? Maybe they can stop these inexcusable deaths. Amen to that. Thank you, Will, for the super chat. He says double cheeseburgers and chicken sandwich, May, saying with a wink. Thank you, Will. I appreciate that so much. It's a sad case. I mean, I feel so bad for this guy that was with the cop when the girls were found in the vehicle. He's going to have to live with that the rest of his life. He'll never forget that happening. Bless his heart. That's very traumatic to come upon, a child passed away and one about to pass away. When are people going to learn? I mean, every year it's case after case of hot car deaths. Last year there was more cases, it seemed, than this year. But hell, there's already been quite a few this year. There was the dad in Oklahoma that was allegedly napping, and his little boy and girl went out and got in his truck, locked themselves in, and they both died. They were visiting their dad for the weekend. Hey, Black Rose. You okay, lady? She's got the hiccups. My dog's got the hiccups. There's no excuse, in my opinion. My children will never die in a hot car because it's preventable. Yes, it's preventable. Lock your cars. If you got little kids, lock your cars. I mean, you could lay down and take a nap with them, and they could get out of the house and get into the car. But like I said, you need some kind of latch on your doors up high that the kids cannot get out of. People need to get in the habit of locking the top latch, whatever you got on your door. I don't think there's any excuse for these hot car deaths either, Candy. What saddens me about the death penalty, if they sit in prison for 20, 25 years before they're executed, why does it take so long? Why are they allowed to have appeals when the evidence is so strong? Good question. It's like Darlie Routier. I think she's out of her federal appeals, but I think she's still got a bunch of appeals on the state level. I could have that backwards, but I believe that's right. See, I agree. It could have been an accident, but I shut my bedroom door, lock it, plus my front door. I wake up if my kids make a noise, though. Yeah, that's me, too. I wake up real easy. Like my son was little. He made one little move. I was up. Same with my dogs now. They make one little move, I'm up. It's 110 degrees in my car on my driveway with tinted windows and a sun shield. Come on, folks. Yeah, I mean, even if a car is parked in the shade, it's going to get hot. And can you imagine being locked inside of a car that's hot and not being able to get out? I put a sensory alarm on front door. Really? Hey, Juju, that's a good idea. So I'm not really familiar with that, but I'm assuming if the door's open, it makes an alarm. Alarm goes off. It's a great idea. Hey, Lauren. I've got chain locks on all our exterior doors that require both hands and a bit of dexterity for adults to unlatch. Yeah, that's the kind of latch I'm talking about. Just one of the little, the chain latches. You could put it way up high so the kids can't reach it, and that can prevent them from getting outside. If you were taking a nap and they tried to sneak up and get out. I don't know, never lose hope. That bum puzzles me, why people don't lock their cars outside when they have small children. Something that also bum puzzles me is why parents have these, you hear of a lot of little kids drowning in swimming pools, and they don't have gates, to keep the kids from getting into the pool and stuff. I mean, if I had a small child, I probably wouldn't have a big swimming pool. But you know what? You don't have to have deep water for a kid to drown. They can drown in just a little bit of water. There was one time my daughter ran into the road with our dog while I was on the phone thinking she was asleep. Someone came to my driveway, and that was when I placed the alarm. I would never lock my kids up in their room. Oh my gosh, Juju, that's scary. That's what I said earlier. You can just like turn your back for a second and your kid gets away from you. One time I had Timothy in the bathroom with me. I was taking a shower, washing my hair and stuff, and the next thing I know, he had went out my front door. And that's when I got that chain lock and put on the top. My granny always says that, Juju. Kids can drown in a teaspoon full of water. Yeah, safety first. Now, I realize accidents happen, but a lot of things can be prevented. You got to be smart. You ever heard these people leaving the car seats on top of the car and driving away? And you're like, what the crap? I've never forgot my son. I'm the most forgetful person in the world. My memory's got a lot worse as I've got older, though, but never forgot my son. I just don't see how people can forget a kid in a car. How about the guy in the Bronx last year? His twins died. He went to work. He dropped one kid off at daycare, didn't drop the twins off that were like a year old, went on to work at the hospital and left them in the car. They died. When he got off work, got in the car, drove through the parking lot a little bit, then he looked back through his mirror and saw the kids in the car seat. I can't remember their names, but it was a boy and a girl. They were so cute. He didn't get in any trouble for that. They said it was because he was a veteran. He had PTSD. I got PTSD too, but I guess soldiers' PTSD may be worse than mine, of course. Only takes a second. My son ran at 2, was missing for 45 minutes. Oh my goodness. That is so scary. Me neither, Lisa. I could just not forget my kid in the car or an animal. I just don't understand these people. I think a lot of times they'll say, "Oh, I forgot my kid in the car," but they really didn't. They did it on purpose. Some of them. So crazy. Oh, yeah. Before I forget, I was going to tell y'all that the ex-cop that is accused of murdering George Floyd. Well, he did murder him. We all saw it on video. Him and his wife are now charged with tax evasion, guys. Yeah, remember his beauty queen wife? You know, she did that little interview. She was all nice and polite. She's a beautiful woman. Yeah, well, they were living the life of luxury and not paying their taxes, doing little things to cheat the system. Like the guy at Chick-fil-A in Florida. Yeah. Black Rose, my friend's daughter almost died from a swimming accident. Her life will never be the same. Please watch your kids during swimming lessons. Yeah, or swimming season. Yeah. So sad. Well, crap, there was a girl in a nursing home. She had a near drowning experience, and it left her basically like in a vegetative state. She was put in a nursing home, and one of the guys that worked at the nursing home raped her, got her pregnant. No one knew it at the nursing home until she had the baby that day. Sick. But she was like 4 years old when she almost drowned. And I guess where she went without oxygen for a while, it damaged her brain. My kitty hates riding. He cries the whole ride. Needs a haircut too. That's 40-mile round trip. Oh, you get your cat's haircut? Do you get it cut like a little line? I've seen some people, it's got long-haired cats. They'll take their cat and get it groomed, and it'll look like it's got a big mane. So cute. So let's see what this it says ex-cop charged with murder in George Floyd death, now charged with tax evasion. Him and his wife, Kelly Mae Chauvin, were charged Wednesday with multiple counts of tax evasion in county court. They've been charged 6 counts each of filing false or fraudulent tax returns for the tax years 2014 through 2019, and 3 counts of each failing to file taxes for 2016, 2017, 2018. It says TMZ reports that these specific claims are that the couple significantly underreported their income by thousands of dollars, mostly from Derek Chauvin's side security jobs and Kelly's photography and realtor business. The charges also allege malfeasance, I don't know what that is, over homes they purchased in Minnesota and Florida, and a $100,000 BMW they bought in Minnesota, but registered in Florida, where they paid significantly lower sales tax. They're just a bunch of crooks. Of course, Derek Chauvin's been charged with second-degree murder, third-degree murder, and manslaughter in the death of George Floyd, a black man who died on May 25th after Derek knelt on his neck for nearly 9 minutes while he cried out that he couldn't breathe. Chauvin and 3 other officers were fired. The other 3 officers have been charged as accessories. Okay. It says TMZ also reported that the charges say the couple talked about tax problems on the phone in June while Derek was in custody. According to the documents, Derek allegedly told his wife that the records were being looked into, and Kelly said she was meeting someone about some of the years. Prosecutors say Derek told her to use the same person we have used to handle for many years, who may have been Derek Chauvin's father. So I guess Derek's father did their taxes. Yeah, we don't want to get your dad involved because he will just be mad at me, us, for not doing them for years, Kelly Chauvin reportedly said. Now, Kelly filed for a divorce shortly after Derek was arrested for George Floyd's death. So they're just a bunch of crooks. They was living the life of luxury and cheating and scamming the system. Hey, thank you, Black Rose, for the super sticker. I love the super stickers. They're so cute. Awful. He denied claiming him this year. Yeah, this is a cop and his beauty queen wife, who is a realtor and a photographer, and they're nothing more than a bunch of crooks. I was wondering, I know in the real estate business, people make pretty good money and stuff sometimes. But I was wondering how, they had like 2 homes and these nice vehicles. They're scamming the system. Bunch of damn crooks. He's right where he needs to be. What he did to George Floyd, it's plain and simple, he murdered him. He put his hands in his pockets. He continued to kneel on that man's neck as that man cried out. His nose started bleeding. He peed on himself. He was crying out for his mother, who has passed away. I think when he was crying out for his mom, of course, he was dying, and his mom was there in spirit, and he could see her. That's why he was crying out for her. That's my belief. And speaking of kneeling on someone's neck, there was a picture that went viral of a toddler. I'm going to show it to you in just a second. Being held down. He's on his belly. One man is holding the toddler's hands behind his back. The other man is kneeling on the toddler's neck. And this man has just been arrested for it. The kid is okay. After this picture went viral, and authorities got involved. The kid was taken to the hospital, and he is okay. Now, the mother alleges that she didn't know about this photo. Well, who are these two men, and why are they alone with your child, lady? No excuse. She's saying that she don't know about it because she don't want to be in trouble. You cannot have, and I'm going to say this again, you cannot have every Tom, Dick, and Harry, as my granny says, around your kids. Men or women. I just don't understand these people. See if I can find this article. Oh, right here it is. So the charges are pending against this guy. His picture looks so familiar to me. So there's his picture. So this happened in Western Ohio. Prosecutors in Western Ohio are preparing to charge a man seen in a viral photograph kneeling on the neck of a 2-year-old child while another person held the toddler down. Clark County Sheriff's Office said charges against Isaiah Jackson, 20, are pending review, the station said. Jackson is in custody on a probation violation. Deputies launched an investigation on Tuesday when the photograph captioned BLM now, MF. I think that means Black Lives Matter now, MFer, you know, began making the rounds on social media. Let's look at the picture. This is the picture, guys. Crap, I left that banner up. I don't know how well y'all can see it. Let me go take that banner down. It's a wonder if they didn't kill this kid. Now, I don't know how much force was being put on this little kid's neck, but they said he was not injured. Let me just remove this comment. If I can. So weird. I might have to quit pinning comments because they don't want to be removed or something, especially after I've been streaming for a little bit. Well, it's not going to go down. Can y'all see the little boy being held down? Let me look at my phone here. Okay. It looks like the comment was removed. Okay. So you could see someone's holding that little boy's arms behind his back. And the other guy has his knee on the back of this toddler's neck. Piece of shit. You're a real tough guy, aren't you, buddy? With your tattoo on your chest. You're real tough holding a little toddler down. Something that can't fight you back. You and your little piece of shit friend that helped you. That pisses me off. I like to shove my foot up his ass. He better be glad nothing happened to this little boy. But yeah, it said the mother didn't have knowledge about the picture that went viral. Really, lady? Okay, it says the child appeared to be crying in the photograph. Okay, so on Wednesday, deputies presented their case to the Clark County Prosecutor's Office, which will provide a determination on the scope and breadth of the felony charges. Look, he needs to be charged and be cuffed and stuffed. Well, I know he's cuffed and stuffed already, probation violation. But he needs to be charged for this. The little kid is lucky to be alive. It's a wonder if they didn't suffocate him to death. restrict his airways. I get so upset about these cases. When I saw that case this morning about the kid that had been in the cage and had boiling water thrown on him, it took my breath when I saw the title. It really did. I remember what it's like to be a little bitty kid and someone's abusing you and there's nothing you can do about it. You feel so hopeless, so scared. I remember I used to think to myself, I can't wait till I'm a grown up. I used to think that. And I'd count the years up in my head to how many years it was going to be before I was 18. It's just something I can't describe. The fear that little kids feel when they're being abused. Feel so helpless, like it's never going to end. You're so terrified. Luckily, I learned how to make my mind go somewhere else, so I didn't have to deal with what was going on, I guess. I don't know how to describe it. Just gets me really upset when I see these cases. Because I know what these kids feel that are being abused, whether it's physical abuse, sexual abuse. You feel the same way when you're being abused, whether it's physical or sexual, you know. You feel helpless. You're terrified. There's this big adult that's doing stuff to you, and you can't make them stop. It's heartbreaking. It's okay, Faith 1A. It made me a strong person, but I'm very sensitive to children. That's why I get so emotional when I talk about these cases. I know what that feels like, to have someone abuse you when you're a kid. How terrified, the panic that you feel. I can still remember how fast my heart would beat. Okay. So finally, to one of my topics I had in the title. I'm going to change the subject, guys. I'm getting emotional. 3 teens beat a 17-year-old girl with a pole and stab her to death. Look at this girl, how pretty she is. I just love dark hair. I always have. I've always wanted dark hair, but I'm afraid to go dark. 3 16-year-old Alabama teen girls have been charged as adults in the death of another teen who was reported missing on June 24th. Tanaya Merriweather, Aaron Taylor, Taisha Wisenant, I think that's how you say her name, Wisenant, something like that, was charged with capital murder on Tuesday. Leslie Luna I don't know how you say her name. Pantaleon, something like that. 17 was found dead on July 4th at Old Salem Road in Catahoma Creek area southwest of Montgomery. I'm going to have to talk to Alex B. see how to pronounce his names. She's in Alabama area. According to the charges filed against these 3 girls, Pantaleon, I think that's how you say it, Pantaleon was beaten with a metal pole, stabbed to death near where her body was found. A tip led police to her body. Her family says they last saw her on June 24th when she left home driving a 2006 blue Chevrolet Trailblazer. Crime Stoppers put out an alert about her 5 days later, but she was already dead, killed on the day she went missing. When investigators revealed that Pantaleon was involved in a fight with other girls and was killed late in the afternoon on that day, her vehicle and cell phone were taken after her death. Charging documents do not reveal what led to the fight or a motive for the killing. Merriweather, Taylor, and I think it's Wisenant are being held without bond. I'm going to have to look up their names. I should have looked it up this morning. What was that girl's first name? Leslie Luna. Just 17 years old. These girls must have had a problem with her. Hell, she's older than them. She's like 17 and they're what? Somewhere. Oh, they're 16. They're 16. I thought they were 15. Bless her family's heart. And why did they wait like 5 days to put out an alert about this girl being missing? 5 days? It's ridiculous. I don't know if it's got something to do with this girl's age being 17 or not, but there should have been an Amber Alert. I think. I know they got to meet certain qualifications or something to issue an Amber Alert. They need to change that. 5 days is way too long. I fear for my kids this day and age. They're 5, 9, and 15. Me too. My son's 13. No, that's not right, Verbal. 5 days. Let me go back down here and see what that said. Now I can't find it. I bet she had had problems with these girls before. And I'm just wondering if she went out to meet these girls. If they had messaged her, anything. It's like, let's meet up and fight, or they lured her there somewhere. They took her car and her phone after they murdered her. They beat her with the pole and stabbed her. I was trying to find that part where it said they waited so long to issue anything about her disappearance. I'm sorry, guys. Those kids' cases got me all distracted. They bother me. They really do. Anyways, they should have put out, okay, it says Crime Stoppers put out an alert after 5 days. 5 days? Why would you wait 5 days to put out an alert about a missing teen? You can't just assume that they ran away just because she's 17 years old. Some of these laws are ridiculous. Time is of the essence when people go missing. Every second counts. Okay, I'm going to look at the chat and talk with y'all a sec. I was 26 years old when I had my firstborn. Me too, Juju. I was like 26, 27. Oh, I was getting ready to turn 20. 27, I think. You got to watch nowadays who you bring into your home. You got to watch your kids' friends and all in today's time. Yes. Lisa, do you remember the case out of West Virginia? I'm trying to think of that girl's name. Oh, crap. Yeah, it's Skylar, just like my dog's name. Skylar. Her friends, I think she was like 16, 17. Her friends were jealous of her. And they also had it out for her because Skylar knew that her two closest friends were having were hooking up, I guess. And they didn't want anyone to know that they were lesbians. So they got her to sneak out of her house one night, told her they was going to go smoke a joint on a back road. And they got her up there and they murdered her. And I think they put brush over her body. I'm trying to think of that girl's last name. Her parents were on the Dr. Phil show. Let me see if I can find that girl's name. That's driving me crazy. Her name was Skylar. And her picture always stuck out to me because I heard about this case after I got my dog. I had done named my dog Skylar. And then I saw this little girl's picture and I was like, that's so weird. Her and Skylar, my Skylar, had the same name. And my dog's eyes were blue, just like this girl's. I know that sounds crazy, but that always just stuck out to me. I thought that was so weird. Skylar Niece, that's her name. She was murdered on July 6, 2012 by two of her best friends. This girl worked, went to school. She was a good kid. And some of these teenagers, man, they're twisted in the way their mind thinks. It's niece with an N, Juju. Yeah. Oh, you correct yourself. Schrodinger's cat in Pandora's box. Oh, I don't know if I pronounced the first one right. I thought she was like 13. Skylar had a job. I remember her dad talking about it. I think she worked at a Subway. Let's see how old she was when she died. To me, she looked like she was about 15. She was 16 years old. Here's an article. Smiling mugshot killers stab best friend because they didn't like her. Then post chilling tweets. One of the girls, she was from a well-to-do family. Let me exit out some of my windows here. I've got a bunch of stuff open. We'll pull up Skylar's picture. I felt so bad for her parents. I mean, I think this Skylar was their only child. They were just completely heartbroken. Of course, any parent would be. I've always liked the name Skylar. Actually, Mark's the one that named my beagle Skylar. Oh, here's a picture of her parents. I'll show that one. We need to discuss this case one day on one of our streams. Go through it from the beginning to the end. See, this one girl, one of Skylar's friends, one of the killers, she's from a well-to-do family. They were big-time Christians, and she didn't want anyone to know that she was a lesbian. But Skylar knew this secret, and that's one of the reasons that they killed her. They didn't want her telling the secret to this small town. And like I said, her parents have been on the Dr. Phil show. I'd like to go back and watch that again. They were jealous of Skylar because she was prettier than them. That's just the truth. She really was. A lot prettier than them. Let's look at this picture. And when Rachel and Sheila got their mugshots, they were smiling when they were arrested. Like people in the school. It went on for months before they were arrested for Skylar's murder. And the kids in the school, they knew that Rachel and Sheila had murdered Skylar. There was rumors of it. But it took them months to be arrested. I'm going to have to research this case again, and we're going to have to do a live stream because it's very interesting. It's sad. It's a sad one. I got a bad memory, but some of these cases, like Skylar's and stuff, I can remember. I just can't remember all the details. But anyhow, let me look at my chat. Oh, I got a super chat. Didn't know it. Juju, thank you, girl. I really like your channel. I'm usually late, but I always feel welcome here. Thank you for being so sweet, all of you. Oh, thank you, Juju. Oh, Tremaine, I got a super chat from Tremaine. Blonde baller bombshell. Do not color your hair. P.S. Rolls Royce music. Thank you, Tremaine and Juju. Will super chatted me earlier. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. You guys are the best. I appreciate y'all coming and listening to me. Hell, I can't pronounce half the words I try to read. I don't have as much trouble with pronunciation when I'm not live streaming. It's something about me having an audience, people in the chat, and I'm trying to read, and it seems like I have a lot more trouble trying to pronounce stuff and getting my words out. I think I get nervous, and that's got a lot to do with it. But, I don't feel nervous. Like, I'm comfortable with you guys. But, I don't know. Still must bother me a little bit. I blame the desensitized video games and TV shows. Yes. Well, I always talk to Timothy. He plays all these crazy games, and I'm always like, son, you can't steal cars and do this and that and hit people in real life. And he's like, Mom, I know this. Why do you keep telling me? And I'm like, guys, I want to make sure you understand that. The things that goes on in these video games, if you did in real life, they'd cuff and stuff you and send you to prison. I'm going to keep reminding him of that ever so often. I'm going to keep doing it. Even though he says he knows it, I'm just trying to protect him, making sure he understands. Crap, there was this one little 10-year-old kid that was playing Grand Theft Auto, which is a very violent game. You can kill prostitutes, kill people in it, and everything. It's crazy. Anyways, his grandmother had custody of him. She made him get off the not Fortnite, but Grand Theft Auto game. She was sitting there in her recliner, one of those recliners that rocks. This 10-year-old kid, pissed off at his mama, comes up behind her with a baseball bat, hits her in the back of the head, keeps hitting her, kills her. Over a video game. That's happened several times. CC, must have problems with pronunciation. Don't worry, we adore you. Thank you, Black Rose. I appreciate it. It's a little bit embarrassing sometimes, like when I was trying to read about that teenage girl and I couldn't pronounce her last name. It's a little embarrassing. I'm not going to lie. It does embarrass me a little bit. That's just me, but I try not to beat myself up too much about it. I'm like, hell, people that's watched me for a long time know how I am. They know I have trouble with pronunciation. I don't mind someone helping me try to pronounce something, by the way. I don't mind that. You need to start visiting people, Tremaine, so we can feed you well. Hey, Tremaine eats good every day. He's always ordering something good. Yeah, certain games are a no-go for sure. Oh, thank you, Debbie. I'm very protective over my son. Very protective because I had a bad childhood and I just, I don't want anything that happened to me to ever happen to him. I go out of my way to make sure that it doesn't. People need to be a little overprotective with their kids and quit having all these strangers around their kids. Like it's a little baby. Here's a photo gone viral on the internet of this kid being held down on the ground with his hands behind his back and another son of a bitch kneeling on his neck, and the mother has no clue about it? Who are these two guys, and where the hell was the mother at when this kid was being held down like that? Guarantee one of the guys that was holding the kid down is dating the baby's mom. Guarantee it. Okay. I'm just going to say cat in Pandora's box. Thank you. Thank you so much. I probably can't pronounce. Let's see. How do you pronounce it? I can't pronounce it. I might have to look that one up. I'm just going to call you cat in Pandora's box. Pandora's box reminds me of something. Is that from the guy with all the pins in the movie in his face? Hellraiser. Pandora's box. Wasn't that in Hellraiser? Reminds me of hanging out for coffee with friends. Thank you. A lot of people say that. They feel like they're just sitting around having coffee with friends. That's the way I want my chat to be. Juju, good point. Who took that damn picture? I didn't even think about that. Unless they set the phone up and took it that way. It looked like someone took that picture from the angle. I know you do have to be protective. My son's best friend, when they were 11, disappeared. They found his body when my son was 31. It's terrible for his bones. Oh, gosh, I bet that really bothers him. Do they know who did the boy, was he murdered? Or did he, I don't know, run off and an accident happened? I saw a comment about Fortnite. I'm going to have to read that. That's all Timothy thinks about. My boys like that dumb Fortnite game. Timothy and my mom have spent a fortune on that game. I give him some money on it sometimes. I'll only give him $20 a month for Fortnite. He spends way too much money. I only give him 20 because I know my mom gives him a bunch, his dad, quite a few people. 20 is plenty enough to waste on a stupid game. He gets mad when I say stupid game. There's Mandy Hall and her cute little black and white kitty. Does anybody watch the cooking channel with the Southern Texas mom with red hair that live on a ranch? She's my favorite. Yes, I do, Tremaine. What is her name? I actually got one of her cookie jars. She's got some dishes. The Pioneer Lady. Pioneer Woman. It's woman or lady one. But she's got a hound dog. I think it's actually a basset hound. And she's got a cookie jar that looks just like it. So I bought it. It's only $20. I love the Pioneer Lady. She's awesome. Her house is beautiful. I'd love to have a house like that. Deja vu. I wanted to buy one of those from the movie Hellraiser. Oh, Pandora's box. That would be cool. Hey, Amber. You really don't know any of these days. You can marry someone and think you know them, and they have a second life. Wouldn't that be crazy to marry this man of your dreams or a woman of your dreams, and you get married, and then you find out they got another life, another wife and kids or husband? That happens all the time. Beach bum. Yes, the Pioneer Woman. Yeah, she makes all kinds of cool stuff. Easy little recipes too, some of them. You got some of her knives and other stuff, Jean? I got the cookie jar, the little, it looks like a hound dog to me. It looks like a beagle to me, but I think it's supposed to be a basset hound. It was just like $20. Back to Amber's comment. Personally, myself, I don't trust anyone 100% with my son besides my mom. I mean, that's just the way my mind is. I can't help it. Hey, Mark even knows that. My hubby knows that. Of course, I trust him, but you know what I mean. I was a victim of child abuse growing up, so that's just the way my mind is. I married someone who was Prince Charming, and so I thought he had a dark secret. He was a predator. Oh my gosh, Amber. I'm so glad you got away from him. My first husband, he was Prince Charming in front of everyone until people left. Then he would beat the shit out of me for no reason. He was the type, he would tell me that, like, when his work buddies stopped by, if they talked to me and I looked at them in the eyes and responded to them, he said I was flirting with them. He'd beat the shit out of me for that. Sicko. Grundager's cat is a science experiment and the mythological Pandora. Oh, okay, I get it now. I'm going to have to look up how to pronounce that name right, though. I'm going to have to go on Amazon and look for Pandora's Hellraiser box. Yeah, Tremaine, if you find one, let me know. I need to get on Amazon and find a peace sign necklace. I want to have a giveaway. But I want to do, I'm going to do a coffee mug too eventually, but I wanted to give away like a peace sign necklace, a sterling silver. Something like the one I wear all the time. I tried looking for one the other day and I couldn't find any real silver. I don't trust my own blood relatives with my son because of the way they treated me as a kid. Yeah, sticks with you, don't it, Lauren? Most of the time, child molesters are right in people's families. Oh, thank you, Juju. Oh, guess what, guys? Right out here beside of me, they arrested a man. He has 100 charges of child porn. Him and his wife. They're living out here beside the community college. We got a new apartment building there. It's called College Row. And yesterday I got a notification that this man and his wife wasn't indicted. 100 charges. Child porn, bestiality on their computers. Sickos. They're not from this area originally, though. What's funny is the ones who have made dumb mistakes and have tattoos and look badass are the biggest teddy bears and protectors. I know it. You'll see a big old guy with muscles all tatted up, and people think, oh my gosh, he's mean. No, some people that look like that are the best people ever was. And some that are clean cut, like Ted Bundy, are the crazy predators. Is he out on bond? No, they just arrested on Beach Bum. Yeah, they just served their indictments like, I think it's like yesterday or the day before. I just saw it yesterday. It freaked me out because that's like a hop, skip, and a jump from my house. Just a minute to get out of the holler here. Cut right, and you're right at the college, and then the apartments are right down from it. Sick. They need to be, I hope they get life in prison. They need to be kicked out of this damn town for sure. They're not wanted here. People like that. You hardly ever hear of anyone getting caught with child porn around here. Sick. They're not from here, though. The Bikers for Children are a cool organization for children who have been abused. Yeah. Mark actually goes on charity rides and for with a bunch of bikers for kids, just different little causes. He's rode for the animal rescue before too. They all pay like so much money that day, and there's a bunch of them that get together. So It helps out some. They probably, when they ride like that, they'll probably make $300 or $400 to give to a charity. Oh, I'm safe, beach. I always make sure. We got the stupid creeper creeping around again. I'm tired of dealing with them two. My neighbor's ex-boyfriend. I'm not helping that girl no more. She's dumb as hell. She calls me in the middle of the night to call 911 for her. Him over there beating on her door, her with the damn phone in her hand. Me asleep, sound asleep. I didn't know it till the next day. I'm tired of fooling with her. I was like, you need to go get a protective order. You need to go get a trespassing order. I gave her all kinds of these numbers. She said, I don't want to do that. Well, then I'm not going to solve your problems. I'm going to tell you why she wants me to call the cops on him instead of her. Because his family are rich. His sister was in Miss Teen USA, this guy, back a few years ago. She's beautiful. I've showed pictures of her in my Discord when I was talking about it. But his family gives her money because she's got a kid by him. She don't want to call the law on him because they'll cut out her payments. She likes that money coming in. Instead, she wants to go tell the whole neighborhood about it, my new neighbor moving in. And what pisses me off is she won't even try to help herself. How hard is it to run up there to the master's office 2 minutes away? She don't want to. She likes it. So the other day, I messaged her back and I was like, look, this is scary for me. Him out here creeping around the middle of the night. You need to go get an EPO and a trespassing on him. Guess what? I left her a big old long message. She did not reply to me because she didn't like what I had to say. I'm not going to pat her pudding. This has been going on for 2 damn years. I have tried every way in the world to help her. She needs to quit texting him and telling him she's going to get back together with him when he gets sober. And I told her that. I was like, you're just leading him on. He's just going to keep on coming. When I catch him out here, the next time, Mark told me not to say anything to him because this guy is on meth and, he could jerk out a knife or a gun or anything on me. He told me to come and get him. He's going to take care of it. He's been trying not to say nothing to this guy because he knows him. He knows his family. He's younger than Mark. And like Mark said, he really don't want in the middle of it. But he said next time he's going to go out there and tell him, look, I catch you back up on this hill again, I'm going to stomp your ass. But I'm just sick of it, guys. She won't even try to help herself. Like, I don't understand that. I was like, why didn't you call 911? I didn't want him to know I was in the house. Well, damn it, girl. He already knew you was in the house. He couldn't have got in that door over there. It's a big old steel door. She wants someone else to do it for her. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Did I remember the situation? Yeah, Lori, it's still going on. Oh, she didn't reply to my message. I showed, actually, Lisa the other day. I showed her the message that girl sent me, and I showed her the one that I sent back. It was a pretty good size long message, and that girl probably didn't like it, so she never replied. You can't help someone that won't help themselves. I'm just sick of it. How do you think she would react if the roles were reversed and Mark was out creeping around and I was messaging her in the middle of the night? She would tell me to call 911, go get a protective order. And the days of me feeling sorry for her are over because she won't help herself. It's been going on 2 years. Mommy Mars, it's good to see you. I don't mean to sound mean or like I don't want to help the girl, but I have done everything in the world, guys. I've gave her domestic violence hotline numbers and stuff. I'm not going to stay up all night to answer my phone. It's just not going to happen. I'm not going to call the law on somebody just because she don't want her payday gone. It's not going to happen. She needs to do it herself. She's in fear for her life. I think that she likes the attention because the other day she was out there telling my neighbor about it, and my other neighbor that moved, Chris, she used to do him the same way, message him in the middle of the night, and he got tired of it. He's like, I go out there and tell him to leave, and then, she invites him up for dinner or to go on a date. So what do you do? Yeah. Yeah, she could. I mean, I don't understand her. I mean, I've never met anybody that done in my life. I said, you need to go get an EPO, no trespass. Well, he's living out of his car. He don't got an address. I can't. I said, yes, you can. They know where his parents live. They'll pull him over. I mean, he's well known all over town. His family is like the richest in the county. They own all the little gas stations, convenience stores around here. Like I said, his sister was in Miss Teen USA. She won Miss Teen Virginia. She didn't win Miss Teen USA though, but she still works for. She works for the Miss USA pageant. It's for attention. I'm sick of it. She better not message me again because this won't be a good reply next time. Next time, I'm just going to straight out tell her, look, I'm sick of this stuff. It's your man. You handle it because you don't take any advice I give you. Yeah. When I went through my divorce with my first husband, I had to go get an EPO, and which is an emergency protection order, and a trespassing. And I took action myself. I just didn't call my granny next door. Granny, can you call the law for me? And me with holding a phone in my hand. Absolutely not. Like I said, there's no way he could get inside of her mobile home because she has those big steel doors like it goes to a house. And it's actually got a keypad on it. You got to have a code and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, it's one excuse after another. I'm sick of it. I'm not getting in the middle of it. I just live here. Beauty is as beauty does. Yeah. Well, his sister's beautiful. It's Google does have her as a public figure. I'll just tell you who she is. Her name is Lauren Barnett. You can look her up on Google. Miss Teen USA, Lauren Barnett. It'll blow your mind. I cannot believe that's the creeper's sister, but it is. Hey, baber. How are you doing? Tremaine, I just found the Hellraiser boxes on Amazon. Send me a picture, Tremaine. Sorry, y'all. I was venting about my neighbor. It just kills me. Because I have told her, I'm afraid he's going to hurt you. This is not normal behavior. But she eggs him on. She keeps leading him on. Her landlord even told me that. Yeah, it's pretty bold. I mean, to message me at 1 o'clock in the morning and you're sitting there with a damn cell phone in your hand. What, you going to let him, well, I don't understand. She going to let him kill her and not call 911? What's going on with this girl? She ain't got all of her oars in the water. She ain't the brightest crayon in the box. She blew my mind that day. She said she couldn't go take him with an EPO and a trespassing because he lived out of his car. And I was like, what the hell? Everybody knows who the hell this son of a bitch is. All the cops, everybody. I'm good, baby. My stomach's hurting a little bit. I'm getting ready to get off here. My side's been hurting. It's getting hot back here. I'm back here with the door shut. No AC coming back through here. It's getting hot. I missed your live stream yesterday. I was outside. Sorry about that. I'll try to catch the next one. Are you streaming every day? I don't know, Debbie. That's what's so annoying about this. And she tells everybody that will listen to her about it. Instead of just going and taking a restraining order against him. Or an APO. It's not called restraining order here. I don't know. She wants attention. I believe a lot of it's for attention. And Mark says she don't want her paycheck, her payday from his parents cut off. That's why she wants someone else to call the law on him. So that if he gets arrested, his parents are going to be mad at her. You know what? Oh, that's not my problem. It's like I told her. It's very unsafe for me, and I don't like the situation because my son stays here with me. Most of the time, he is here with me. He's gone right now. He just went to my mom's last night, but still. And here, sometimes, at 10, 11 o'clock at night, I'll go put Annabelle up. Because right at dark, sometimes she don't want to go out. And if she's feeling all spunky, I'll leave my little goat out, let her run around. But, you know, I don't want to be walking back from over there one night and run into him. He's done scared the hell out of me 2 or 3 times. He needs to be shot with a BB gun right in the ass with a pellet gun. I catch him back out here again, I'm going to turn Ladybug loose on him. If he gets dog bit, he gets dog bit. My dog's not going to get in any trouble because he's up here creeping around. It's not hot here today. It's a bit overcast. Well, it's kind of a little bit overcast here, but it's hot. It's been so hot here. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Okay, I'm going to write that down. I thought about scaling my live streaming back to just a few days a week, but I've always done like 5 days a week, so I'm just not going to change anything. Sometimes I may just take a day off during the week if I want to. But anyways, y'all have a great day. I have rambled on, just talking about everything. Thanks for putting up with me. And thanks for the support. Oh, yeah. Reminder, channel members. I want to have 80s trivia night Saturday night, 10 or 10:30. I can't remember how I set it up yet. But anyways, I want to have that. Make sure y'all come. It's not going to be any fun if we've only got a couple channel members in the stream. But go check the community post for channel members. I set the stream up and there's a link to it. I can't remember if it's 10 or 10:30. Seems like it's 10 though. 10 p.m. Eastern time. But make sure y'all try to attend so we can have some fun. Breaking the silence. Dang, I missed you again. Sorry, girl. I usually start 10:30, 10:40. Me and you might be on different times, though. A lot of people are not up when I start and they catch the replay. I watch your streams, too. I just don't comment. I'm a lurker. But I watch most of everything that you put up. I think you're a cool person. And you're a country girl. I like that. We need more country people on YouTube. Okay, Mommy Mars, I'm sorry. Sorry you missed it. Y'all watch the replay. Anyways, I love y'all. Be safe. Be kind. Peace. Come on, StreamYards, let me end.